Just really contemplating my thoughts on this one. I think I've just got that nervousness of the new place. I'm not really feeling too confident about it, to be honest. Just got to man up and do it, I think. Yeah, man up. You wouldn't read about it. We got an easterly wind this morning. We had a northeast squall at about 3 o'clock last night, and it's just been easterly wind ever since. Just goes to show that you can't really trust the forecast in wet season, and just how localized weather is. Like, it might show that it's blowing southerly today, but just whenever you have a squall in sorts of areas, it just really impacts the weather for the next few hours, really. And it's meant to be blowing southerly today, and we've got this nice easterly, which would have been a great wind for sailing down here, but we're already here, so we just got to make the next steps and get into the marina. Morning, coming up.
We ended up stopping off at a little anchorage here last night. It was just getting too late. We ended up dropping the pick at about 11 o'clock. We didn't want to have to go through the channel and then try to get into the marina as well at such a late time with not a lot of visibility. And this anchorage was like really easy as well, so it was protected from the southerly wind. It was perfect for the night. And so we're up this morning. We're going to make the final 4 to 5 nautical miles into the marina and the boatyard and begin this new journey of getting the boat ready for a baby. Pretty exciting. We just started heading out through the channel now, and then there's this big ship that's like coming towards us. So Josh is like, I'm just going to get the hell out of the way and let this thing go by, because it's not a very big channel, it's quite small. So
yeah, ship's just scare me, and the channel is super skinny. It looks like it's heading south, so we can get going again, but I know that I don't want to pass in a shipping lane in a tight channel. I have a ship come this way and we go that way, like 10 meters going past, like 10 meters distance or something like that. Like, no thanks. I'll just stay right away.
Part's not ready for that?
Nah, I'm not ready for that. There's actually a bit of wind. I don't know how protected the marina is. I hope it's got a bit of protection, because we're tying up bow 2 and starboard 2, and that's the hardest way forward, or apart from going backwards, but that's the hardest side to tie up with on Nandji, because we prop walk the opposite way, so it's a bit harder to steer the bow and to hold it like that. And with this bit of extra wind, it should make things a little bit more challenging. But yeah, we got to get in the marina. We're hauling out tomorrow now, so we'll be able to have a bit of a chat with the guys and yeah, get everything ready. How good is it just going to a new place? Just looking at everything, it's just, I know, something different. It's nice.
It feels like the weather seems different here. I feel like we're in a new country.
Yeah, we can call it a new country. It's a new place to us.
Yeah. Well, we can't go anywhere at the moment, so, you know, every little move that we can make, we're pretty excited about.
Yeah.
So.
New island.
Yeah, new territory.
I know that we are going on to the hard stand, but I'm enjoying this last little bit of water and new place, new destination.
Yeah, for a few weeks.
Good. That's pretty cool. They just have their trawlers go right up to their homes, right out the front. What a sick little town. Oh, we got the coppers. Pancor Marina. This is sailing vessel Nandji, channel 69. Do you copy?
Papua Marina, go ahead.
Fender to port side. We were told starboard side too.
Hey,
Yeah, Pancor Marina, this is Nandji. We're just on our final approach now. We're probably, I don't know, 500 metres off the entrance.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Okay, copy that.
We made it to Pancor Marina. First impressions is a lot bigger than what I thought it was going to be. And the guys that caught our lines were very, very friendly and nice, so I think we're going to enjoy it here. We're just going to head on to land now and have a look around and see what's available, see what's around here, check out the space. It's going to be our home for the next few weeks, so let's get comfortable.
Man, walking around the boatyard, I'm just really contemplating my thoughts on this one. Not really feeling too confident about it, to be honest. There's a lot of boats here. And there's not a lot of work going on anywhere. I just have a funny feeling that I think the organisation in the next couple of weeks is going to be a bit of a nightmare. And I'm going to be very frustrated, and yeah. We're going to have to stay on the boat because we have the whippet, I think, which is going to be super hard, especially hard on Bonita. I really don't want the vessel going up and down the ladder every day. She's starting to get a fair old belly on her, so that's not exactly ideal for her. It's not ideal for anyone, really. We just need to, I guess we just have to get in and get this done. I think I'm just got that nervousness of the new place, need to find everything, don't really know where anything is, going through that whole process again. And I give it a week, I might be looking different. As long as we get out of the water nice and sweetly. I'll have to chat to the manager tomorrow about how we're going to lift out, just because of that damage that Nandji had from the reef. I know it's all fixed up good and proper, but I just, yeah, I don't really want to exert extra pressure on that one spot if we don't have to, you know. Like, yeah, anyway. Just got to man up and do it, I think. Yeah, man up. I've actually just stumbled across a vessel that's all loaded up with the lift. Looks like it's going in tomorrow.
Pretty similar shape to Nandji.
Which is quite similar shape, and I think all my worries of just hauling out are going to be put at ease a bit. Kind of like big pillows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that put a little smile on my face. I was quite nervous about the trailer to haul out, just being the pressure points around the damaged area on Nandji, but having a look at the actual trailer and the setup, I think it should be pretty sweet. It's kind of like big pillows, so I think it'll be right, eh? It's spreading the load pretty well, so maybe I'm just scared of doing work.
It's really hot, hey?
Yeah, it is really hot and stagnant.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think I'm just second guessing my decisions.
I think you're doing right.
Yeah, once again, it's always good when you go back in and everything's done. Just got to think of that day. Then it's all worth it.
Yosh and I before were like, oh, we're just going to go and have a little look around, and we totally forgot that we had to clear in, so we're like, oh, duh.
That old chestnut.
Yeah, so we just cleared in with all of the officers. Everything's all good, and we're free to go, free to roam.
Yeah, that was actually really fast and really easy to do. It's, yeah, Malaysia's really good for clearance. It's
good. The officers are quite, like,
they're a long way away.
Yeah, they're about like 10 minutes drive to each one, which isn't that bad, but a bit different to some, you know, like Langkawi, they're all in the same building kind of thing, so yeah, it's fun.
First impressions of the town, it's a bit of a drive from the marina to get into the town, and we've kind of realised that the town's more broken up into 3 towns, and they're all pretty far away. They're like 20 minutes drive to each one. So yeah, everything's very spread out, so I think trying to source stuff will be the difficult thing. It's going to take time because everything's a long way away from each other. I think
everything is here, but it's just a matter of finding where they are and what's the best place to go to. So we might just ask around with some other yachties and maybe put some things out. Okay, let's go. So we figured we might as well get this show on the road, and the first thing that we need to do is get all of our stuff off of the boat, because we're going to be sanding all the interior and then painting it. So we're going to head down to Tesco's and get some tubs. It's our first stop.
The marina's actually got a big tick of approval on that behalf, because they've got a group of shipping containers where you can store stuff. So take it off the boat. It's really cheap
Yeah,
to leave it
it
there
is-
for a month as well.
It's air conditioned. It looks really clean as well. We've got like some shelves, so you can just rent a little spot in there. And,
It's actually nicer in there than what it is on Nandji. Maybe we'll rent a bed in there.
Ali, don't drop bombs in the car.
Hey, Marley!
Stinks.
That stinks.
What you got to say for yourself?
Oh, dude, put your window down there.
How was your trip in immigration?
Immigration was all good. They were really friendly and it was super easy, but that's if you have the right paperwork. Another yachty came in when I was sitting there, and I think he might have been trying to pull a Swifty, but he never went to immigration from the place where he left, inside Malaysia. And so he didn't have the documents to give to immigration, and immigration weren't too happy about that, and they were starting to get into a bit of a heated scenario. The yachty was quiet, he wasn't saying anything, but he was getting grilled by immigration. And so I don't know his outcome. I reckon if he doesn't show his passport with a clearance into Malaysia, they could very much kick him out. So yeah, it's
not the greatest time.
nah. You really have to be smart when you're dealing with countries, and like just being illegal is just so silly, and then thinking you can get away with stuff, especially the way the world is now. Like yeah, I think I wouldn't want to be in that fella's shoes. Put it that way.
So we got some big containers. I figured we'll just leave these here at the marina for other people to use, because people do use the storage area here. And now we're going to go through everything on the boat and put things that we want to keep in these containers, and then that's going to go in storage while we renovate the whole inside, which yeah, it feels pretty surreal.
Yeah, it's really weird. Just stopping and looking around at everything. We've got so much crap.
We do have a lot of stuff. It's amazing. It's not as bad as when you live in a house. The more space that you have, the more things that you just accumulate. So we haven't really got the luxury of just getting things that we don't need, but we are able to throw a few things away, I think. So it's time to go through everything. And
yeah, it just sucks with books. Like all those books there, we've read them all. There are some, of course, some cruising guides and stuff we want to keep, but I know, like, we want to keep all our books. I don't want to throw them away, because they kind of treasure memory, but we've read them all, so we kind of don't want them.
We want to get some new books, but it's hard to throw books away. Like for us, they're like an experience, you know.
Yeah.
We got a baby on the way. There's probably going to be baby books in there anytime soon. It's crazy to think that we've actually cleaned out this V-berth recently. It's just full of stuff. It's just too much stuff. So yeah, Yosh has got, I think we have to do some surfboard culling. This is going to eventually be the baby room. It's going to sleep with us to begin with, but then this is going to be its room, Yosh. So you're going to have to get rid of some of the surfboards. You don't need 6 surfboards and a bloody hoverboard on Nandji. Like, you're going to have to get rid of some. So I did the maths. Turns out Yosh has 7 surfboards and 8 spear guns. This is a battle that I've been having with him forever. I've been trying to cut down the amount of toys that he has, because he has one for every single scenario, and it's just been absolutely impossible. So I'm hoping that now that we're trying to create a room for our new baby, that I might succeed a little bit and cut some of these things down, because it's just excessive. And we live on a small boat. We don't have the luxury of living in excess. Seems like he's on board. He's starting to come on board now to cut down some of those things. So yeah, I'm pretty excited just to have some more space on the boat. And we're also in a very hot and humid place, and so the more stocked up and full the boat is, the harder it is to get airflow. So we want to keep the boat nice and clean, and having less stuff really helps.
So the boss says I have to get rid of a few surfboards, but I've got a grand scheme and idea that instead of getting rid of heaps, I'm just going to relocate them. I never thought that I'd be moving my surfboards to live outside, but I have to weigh up the fact whether baby or surfboards are more important, and after much contemplation, I decided that the baby will sleep downstairs and the surfboards have to come outside. And so the davits is going to get basically not fully rebuilt, but we're going to do some pretty serious modifications on it. These old solar panels, we're going to get rid of them and install a nice big panel on top. The idea is going to be big panel, one panel, so we'll be able to have more solar, which is great because we're 100% solar. And so we'll be able to lift up the davits a bit higher and be able to stick surfboards underneath those solar panels. And then onto where the wind generator pole is, we're gonna extend that and kind of build it all into one together to make it all more of a one solid structure. And then I'll have an outboard hoist off the top of that. So that'll make my life a whole lot easier trying to move around the outboard when we lift that up on the side. So yeah, big plans for this back area, and I'm pretty keen to have that completed. So all my boards will have a home, the V-berth will be empty, and Benita will be happy. Happy wife, happy life.